All right, YouTube is saying that we are live. So hello to folks over on YouTube. Welcome to the second of two beginner-friendly ukulele play-alongs that I'm hosting this month, April 2026. Someone might be watching this later as well. These all stay up for replay after we're done. So you can watch any of the old jams that you might want to watch at any time. For these beginner-friendly play-alongs, we have our own songbook. The beginner-friendly songbook is now on version 8. And if you don't want to look at it on the screen, or if it's not big enough for you there, or you want to scroll differently, or you just want to have it for yourself at home, you can grab it for free from the Patreon post about this jam, or from many other Patreon posts, including my FAQ post has the most recently updated version. So you can grab it, excuse me, to have for yourself. And it is totally free. You don't have to be a patron to get it. And then I was just going to say, Greg is kicking off the saying hi in the chat over on YouTube. Please feel free to say hi if you're watching on YouTube. Thanks, Greg, out in LA, for watching. And everybody on YouTube, as well as the folks on Zoom who are my Patreon patrons, thank you so much to Patreon patrons for supporting these jams. Everybody can make requests. So you can make requests from this songbook and we will play the songs you request. I will play them a little under tempo so that beginners find it a little easier to follow along. And also I'll give a little bit of instruction, not because you have to play the song any particular way, but just to give some ideas for beginners who are looking for ideas. Lainey is also saying hi. Hi, Lainey. Nice to see you, and maybe I'll see you tonight. We've got an in-person NYC Ook Squad jam tonight going on as well, so I'll be doing 2 jams today, which will be fun. And I've already picked out a song for us to warm up on, so let me share it on the screen. And again, let me know your requests and also your questions as we go along. I know that beginners are at all different levels, right? Even if 2 people say they're beginners, they could be at very different places in playing. So I wanted to start out with a truly beginner-friendly song, only 2 chords. We have a 2-finger F and a 1-finger C. Not all the songs will be this simple, but with any song, I encourage you to simplify it as needed. So you can always play single strums. You can always just strum intuitively rather than trying to match a strumming pattern that I may be doing or that you think you should be doing. You know, you can just strum where the chords change, or you can fill in between the chords. You can skip chords you don't know or that are particularly hard for you. Just make sure that you're playing it in a way that's fun for you. That's the whole goal for these is, you know, you can challenge yourself if that's fun, but you don't have to. You can just play what's enjoyable. Oh, good. Lainey is saying yes, that I will see her tonight. Awesome. So let's play Iko Iko to start off and warm up. And I've got a request for Valerie in the chat over on Zoom already, so I'll be sure to do that one too. And then we can also go up and look at the table of contents to make sure that folks get a chance, if you don't have the songbook on your end, to see what other songs are in here. So for this song, because we just have 2 chords, and if we're looking at this from a beginner level, you can ignore all these kind of extended strums up top unless you're a more advanced player who wants to figure those out on your own. Really what we can do in here is just find the beat. And if we're doing a my grandma and your grandma were sitting by the fire, you can think of a 2-pulse or a 4-pulse. I would think of this one in 4, and any 4-beat strum could work for you. So you could do an island strum if you know island strum. You could do down, down, up, which is the first half of the island strum twice, and the island strum is written up here at the top of the page. You could do what some people call the rock strum, which is just hitting your beats with an optional up at the end, just a 1, 2, 3, 4, and. Or you could just hit 1 and 3. That kind of shortens or slows down the strumming for people who find it going too fast for them. So this is a great song to practice finding your own pattern if you don't, know any prescribed ones or you're having trouble with the prescribed patterns. So I'm going to play with an island strum, but again, you should feel free to simplify or complicate it as much as you like. I'm going to start out with some scratch strumming. Now you can just regular strum, you don't have to do scratch strumming, but if you'd like to try scratch strumming, you could just loosely hold your fingers around the fretboard so that you get a scratching sound rather than pressing down to get the chord. So play the chord, the F, or do scratch strumming. Either one is going to work for you, and we'll do 4 times through 4 beats, and then we'll start the song. All right, so let's try 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, F. 2, 3, 4. Here's the verse. My grandma and your grandma were sitting by the fire. My I did one too short last time. 1 and 2. See that guy all dressed in green? Iko, Iko, one day. He's not a man, he's a loving machine. Giacomo Finane, talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Iko, Iko, one day. Giacomo Fino, Anane, Giacomo Finane. Another scratch or strum. Last one. Talking about hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Iko, Iko, one day. Giacomo Fino, Anane, Giacomo Finane. Giacomo Finane. Repeat that line. Giacomo Finane. Last line. Giacomo Finane. All right. That is a nice warm-up. That's a fun one. All right, let's look at Valerie next, and then we'll go up and look at the table of contents and pick some other songs out with your requests. And hi to Emma, who's joining us over here on Zoom. Nice to see you. All right, sorry, I scrolled too far. Here's Valerie. Valerie is a great song for beginners in that it uses a very common set of chords. These are great ones to learn as a brand new beginner. E minor is probably the most difficult, but you can play the 3-finger version. That 4th finger on the G string is totally optional, and most ukulele players do not play it. So you feel free, especially free, to do that 3-finger version. It's not a cheat. It's a real E minor chord. And this is one where I like to play around with the rock strum, but again, you can make different chord patterns that work for you better. And I'm going to hit those beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can add that up on the end if you're comfortable with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and. I'm not going to take this one super fast. So hopefully it'll be a good one to practice your rock strum if you're interested in learning that, but you need a good song to practice it on. This could be a good one. And then when we get down here towards the bottom, I'm going to do some single strumming. You can fill it in with some scratch strums like we did on that last song if you like to. You could like strum once and then do some scratching, or you can just strum all the way through and keep going in whatever pattern's working for you. All right, so let's try it. Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Intro. I think we get 2 patterns per chord. So now let's switch to the D minor here. And here's the last D minor of the intro. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. And I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing, and in my head I make a picture. I'm going to switch back to my regular strum and 4. 'Cause since I've come on home, well, my body's been a mess, and I've missed your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why won't you come on over, Valerie? And for Valerie, 3, for Valerie. D minor after Valerie. Last drum, Valerie. All right, great suggestion, Charmaine. Thank you. And some folks saying hi over on YouTube include Cynthia Lawrence and Joy. Nice to see you both in the chat on YouTube. So here's the first page of our table of contents. We can request from either page, but I can only show you one at a time. So let me know what else. All we've played so far, for those of you who came in a little bit late, are Valerie, which we just played, and Iko Iko. Oh, great. Karen suggesting Closer to Fine, which is a great song. Thanks for being here, Karen. Thanks for making a request. Any other requests before I scroll away from this page? You can still put them in the chat, even if you don't request it right now. All right, let's go down to Closer to Fine. We'll come back and look at the other page of the table of contents in a few minutes. I know there's so many songs in these songbooks, it can be overwhelming and hard to choose one. I have the same problem every time I look at it. All right, so this is another one with really great chord progression. The 4 chords in this are beginner 1 chords. The G can be a little harder, and going back and forth sometimes from G to D can be tricky, but definitely worth working on. This is another 4-beat song that either the rock strum, which we did in the last song, or I did in the last song, or the island strum that I did in the first song, either of those would work in this song. So, and I also think on this one, if the chords are moving a little too quickly for you, this would be a great candidate for that version of the rock strum I mentioned, where you just hit beats 1 and 3. So you could just do a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you're moving through the chords, it won't move quite as quickly. Single strums will work too. Oh great, With You or Without You and Hurt are other ideas in the chat. Awesome, thanks Emma. So maybe what I'll do, I'm going to do island strum on the chorus, and I'm going to do rock strum, but mostly that 1 and 3 version on the verses, but you don't have to split it, you don't have to mix it up, you can pick one and do it all the way through. Karen is watching from Massachusetts. Awesome. Oh, that's great. Thanks for being here. So let's do a, let's see, like a 1, 2, 3, 4. Here's the intro G. And I'm just hitting beats 1 and 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. But you could do island here or full rock strum or anything else you want. Here comes the verse. I'm trying to tell you something about my life. Maybe give me insight between black and white. And the best thing you've ever done for me just as cloudy as I'd been the night before, and I went in seeking clarity. I went to the doctor, I went to the mountains, I looked to the children, I drank from the fountains. We go to the doctor, we go to the mountains, we look to the children, we drink from the fountains, we go to the Bible, we go through the workout, we read up on revival, we stand up for the lookout. There's more than one answer to these questions, pointing me in a crooked line over to the right for the ending, and the less I seek my source for some definitive, the closer I am to find, the closer I am to find, the closer I am to find, yeah. All right, we haven't played that one in a while. Thanks for requesting it. Got some more requests in the chat. Besides With You or Without You or Hurt, also Son of a Preacher Man, Angel from Montgomery, or Black Boys on Mopeds, all great songs. Let's go back up to the top of the, oh no, let's go down and do With You or Without You first, and then we'll go back up and pick up one of the other ones. With You or Without You, of course, the U2 song. There it is. Another good friendly assemblage of chords. Again, for some beginners, it's just going to be about practicing a particular change that might be difficult for you, like going from the G to the A minor or going from the C to the G or something like that. So give yourself lots of time and just do single strums if that is a tricky, one of those is a tricky change for you, or even if all of them are. Let's see, I like this one a couple different ways. I think rock strum often feels the most right to me on this one. So kind of how I was strumming the verses on the last song. Again, you could do all 4 beats, or you could just hit your 1 and 3. But I like Island too. And I know it is hard to go back and forth because I felt it too on that last one when I was going back and forth. It's easier just to stick with one all the way through, especially if you're a beginner. So I'm going to do Island Strum all the way through because more beginners know that one. But if you don't, feel free to do the down, down, up, or just single strums, or, you know, put a rock strum into my same 4 beats. You can if you want. So let's try like a 1, 2, 3, 4, C, G, A minor, F. Play that A minor with your middle finger. It'll make it easier to go to the F. Here comes the verse. See the stone set in your eyes, see the thorn twist in your side, and I'll wait for you. Sleight of hand and twist of fate, on a bed of nails she makes me wait. Really nice one. That's great. Thank you for that, Emma. Let's see. Let's just take a peek at the table of contents again for folks who haven't made a request yet. But I've got a couple more that we can do on the docket, on deck. So maybe after this, I'm going to go down to do Black Boys on Mopeds because it's got a little different strumming pattern. That'd be a great one for beginners to try. But any requests to make before we go away from this page? There's something hiding down here at the bottom. What's at the bottom of the page? Ripple and Runaway are down here too. Pick up Black Boys on Mopeds, but feel free to put stuff in the chat. I know YouTube's on a little bit of a delay too, so I might get Norwegian Wood. Great. Oops, just went right past it. Black Boys on Mopeds is a great Sinead O'Connor song from 1990. Only 3 chords, and this has a 3-beat rhythm, which is nice because you can practice a strum that would work on waltz time songs. So I like to play this one written up here at the top. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. But you could add in the missing up if that's easier for you and do down, up, down, up, down, up, just like clockwork. You just want a 1, 2, 3 rhythm. You could also just do 3 downs. 1, 2, 3. So this is a song that has a very straightforward chord progression and rhythm, and so it's a nice one to try this 3-beat pattern out on. So let's try oh, and I should mention too, when we get to the end, Sinead on her album recording does one more verse just with ooze. So I'll go back up and play the verse chords again, and that will finish out the song with a little F and single C strum at the very end. Okay, let's try a 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. Play this line twice. Here comes the verse. Margaret Thatcher on TV, shocked by the deaths that took place in Beijing. coming up at the end of this next line. The first gets me right in the emotions every time. Beautiful song, Kathy. Thanks for requesting it. Okay, some more requests have come in over on YouTube. Awesome. Norwegian Wood, Ring of Fire. Oh, thank you, Cynthia, for the compliment. Let's look at, actually, let's do Norwegian Wood next because I think it has a very similar strumming pattern. So it's a nice one to transition to. Yes. So the down, down, up, down, up also works really nicely on Norwegian Wood. We can skip the riff. We don't have to worry about the riff when we're playing this from a beginner angle. And I've also given you, let's see here, a little substitute for your E minor. If you want to try E minor 7 instead of E minor, you can do that 2-finger E minor 7. It's not going to work in every song, but I happen to think it sounds fine in this one, and you can use it wherever it works for you. It won't always sound like the right thing to substitute for E minor, but it's a nice beginner workaround. They're both great chords to know, so you can try that E minor 7 if that's easier. For this song, for most of the song, we're going to go 2 of those patterns. We did 1 on the last song. We're going to do 2 patterns for the chords that are not bolded, and when it's bolded, we'll just do 1. And we can also do some down strums in triples if we want to on the she once had. It kind of goes along with the lyrics, those places. Same thing with Norwegian. You got 3 syllables there. You can hit the C on each one of them. Norwegian. You don't have to do that. You could keep doing your regular strum, but that's an option for you. And again, we're just going to skip the riff there, but if there's any more advanced players who want to play the riff, I guess I can play the chords of the verse during that section, and if you want to, I'll sing the riff where it would go. But I'm not going to bother playing it because I don't want you to feel like you should. All right, so let's try. You don't really want to hit those downs a little bit more strongly. 1, 2, and 3, and 2, 2, and 3, and here is the intro riff if you want it. Switch the C here. It's just the same chords as the verse. Fighting outside. Da, 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 da. Here's the song. And just keep going on a G if you want. Here it is. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So I looked around and I noticed there wasn't a chair. A7. I sat on a rug, biding my time, drinking her wine. just one time. Here comes the C. All right. Great suggestion, Lainey. Thank you. Let's see. Who has not gotten to make a request yet? We've got Ring of Fire from Cynthia. And I think everybody else has gotten to do at least one who's requested something. I know some of you haven't requested anything yet. So let's do Ring of Fire next, just to prioritize that. And then we'll go pick up some of these other ones. And if anybody else wanted to make a request, feel free to put it in the chat. Ring of Fire is a great one because it has kind of unusual strumming, but as I've said before, if you're familiar with the song, it will be easier to strum, even though it's not as clear cut for just talking about it from a strumming pattern angle. This is another great song to just make up your own strumming pattern, whatever's working for you. It does not have to be what I have written on the page. But what I've written on the page is that through most of the song, you will be starting the verse line with a 4-beat plus an extra 2-beat pattern. So I've actually got an island strum written in here, but any 4-beat pattern you would do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then you go to your F or your G7, whatever chord's in the middle of the line, for 2 more beats, 3, 4, and then you're back to the end. It's almost always a C, isn't it? It's always a C. You're back to that ending line C for 8 beats, which could be 2 island strums or whatever strum your pattern you're doing. So if you think of the counts, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And that's in every single verse. And then when we get to I Fell Into a Burning Ring of Fire, the chorus is a little more straightforward. I like to do the Ring of Fire. I like to hit those on the F and G7 here at the ends of that just twice, but you could strum through them. They're going a little faster, so you wouldn't be able to fit a whole island strum in there, but you could also single strum them if you prefer. So again, if you've ever heard this song before and you've got it in your head, it'll be easier to play. And so for those of you, this is the first time you've ever heard Ring of Fire, well, don't take my version for it. Go listen to Johnny Cash's, but also it'll get easier the better you know the song. So let's try 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, C. 1, 2, F and C. Another C. Same thing next line, except there's a G7. 1, 2, G7, 2, C. Here we go. Love is a burning thing, and it makes a fiery ring. Bound by one desire, I fell into a ring of fire. You go high or low here. I fell into a burning ring of fire. I went down, 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 and the flames went higher. And it burns, burns, burns. The ring of fire, the ring of fire. That's very fun too. Thanks, Cynthia, for that request. We may not have time to do all the remaining requests, but I'm going to try. And I'm going to start with Angel from Montgomery because that is very often requested and I know a crowd pleaser. So that's what we're going to do next. And then we'll pick up Son of a Preacher Man after that. And if we have time, we'll also do Hurt. Okay, so let's look at Angel from Montgomery. Right up here near the top. There it is. All right. This one is pretty friendly chords. I know going from D to G can be a big leap for beginners, so don't worry about all these different strumming options. Those are for more adventurous players, and if you're not feeling adventurous, please just follow along with me. I'm going to do island strum all the way through, except for those places where it says single strums. I'm going to do single strums at the beginning and also on this last line, but otherwise I'm going to keep going with island all the way through. So let's see here. Let's start kind of, the rhythm feels a little more free, although I'll try to keep it pretty regular so you can follow me along, but we're going to do single strums with this opening. So let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another child that's grown old. If dreams were thunder, lightning was desire, this old house would have burnt down a long time ago. I'm going to slow it down just a little bit. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Add a check if you want. When I was younger, I had me a cowboy. He weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, the years they just flow by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Little interlude here, just a couple D's. Here's the next verse. There's flies in the kitchen. I can hear all their buzzing. And there ain't been nothing since I woke up today. You can single strum if you want. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening, and have nothing to say? Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me one thing that I can hold on to. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. And we slow it down for the last line. Here's the D. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. Great suggestion, Kathy. All right, do we have time? I might have time to do both these. Let's try Son of a Preacher Man next. I'm making a prediction right now based on the traffic outside my window today that it's going to be a noisy summer. And I may have to start closing my window for these jams. All right, I just went right past it. There it is. Son of a Preacher Man. This one's fun because it has a beginner-friendly key change in it. A lot of times when we change keys, we end up with wacky chords we don't want to play as beginners. But here, we actually do change keys when we get down to this How Well I Remember, but they're still in the family of chords we've been playing. So I don't know exactly what people would call this in music theory. I'm not a music theory professor, but I love that you can do that this way. You're actually ending on a G down here. That is not how you started the song. Many times when we look at beginner songs, we start and end on the same chord. Something different's happening in this one, and I love it. I think it's really cool. So let's try again. Island strum works really nicely for this, but you can do another 4-beat strum if you prefer. I'm going to stick to island strum, and then also you can throw in a chuck if you want a chuck. That would work in this one too. You're going to get to hang on this A7 for a really long time too, which is another thing that makes this so beginner friendly. Don't, just when you think you've run out of time for A7, you got a little more. So that's kind of cool in this one too. So let's try 1, 2, 3, 4. Billy Ray was a preacher's son, and when his daddy would visit, he'd come along. When he gathered round and started talking, that's when Billy would take me walking. Out through the backyard we'd go walking. Then he'd look into my eyes. Lord knows to my surprise, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Ooh, yes, he was. Being good isn't always easy, no matter how hard I try. When he started sweet talking to me, he'd come and tell me everything is alright. He'd kiss and tell me everything is alright. Can I get away again tonight? The only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. Ooh, here comes the change. Yes, he was. How well I remember the look that was in his eyes, stealing kisses from me on the slide, taking time to make time, telling me that he's all mine, running from each other's knowing, looking to see how much we're grown, and the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. He was. We're gonna turn this around and do it again. Ooh, just this last chorus. Yes, he, the only one who could ever reach me was the son of a preacher man. The only boy who could ever teach me was the son of a preacher man. Yes, he was. Slow it down. He was. Ooh, yes, he was. Very fun. I think I'm gonna have to take a poll to see what songs people indelibly have linked to movie and TV soundtracks for them, because for me, this is such a Pulp Fiction song, right? It's just, that's the place I learned it as a kid, and I can't think of that song without that movie. I see Emma also nodding on that one too. All right, let's see here. Hurt. We're gonna finish up with Hurt. I think we did all the requests then, which is great. I always love to do that if I can. Hurt is not necessarily beginner friendly in the sense of you can do a picking pattern all the way through this, but I'm not going to do that here. I'm just going to kind of look at it from a beginner angle and strum the whole thing. So if I'm strumming the whole thing, I'm building it around this 4-beat rock strum, but I'm going to use that simplification I talked about earlier in a couple songs where I'm mostly hitting 1 and 3. Oh, Cynthia was singing harmony on the last one. I love that. That's great. I love imagining that. So what we're going to do here is twofold, because the verses are a little different from the choruses. So you can follow the chords that are written in here, and when we're doing the verses, I find it easiest to just hit the 1 and 3. So that's the I hurt myself today. Just 2 strums per chord I find easiest there. You could fit in 4, but you'd have to strum pretty fast. But then when we get to the what have I become part, the refrain I guess it is, I find there you can fit in 2 patterns, right? So I can do a full rock strum instead of just 1 and 3 if I want, or I could keep doing the 1 and 3. But basically you have time for what have I become, 1, 3, 1, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you get twice as long with each of those chords in the refrain. So if that doesn't make any sense to you, that's okay. Follow along. You'll see just that the verses and the choruses are different, and I've kind of marked it out here for you, so you can try that if you want. So not much of an intro for this one. We could do the picking pattern for the intro, but we're just going to skip it and start out on the C and get a tempo that's not too fast. Let's try 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to come in before the 1 though, so I'm going to do 3, 4, 1, 2, I. That's what I'm going to do. So let's try, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar stain. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. I'm not strumming faster, I'm just filling in more. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end, and you could have it like I would find a way. All right, nice and moody way to end. Thank you so much for all the great requests, folks. I'm going to say farewell to people over on YouTube first. Thanks for being here. We still have 2 mixed level Tuesday jams, and beginners are very welcome at those too. So check out the free post on Patreon if you want to join us for some of those. 2 more this month. And nice to see everybody in the chat. Thank you again. Thanks, Zoom.
You.
Very fun. See you again soon.
Bye.